Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 18 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Like I mentioned in the last couple of episodes, the next 2 weeks are going to be a little bit hectic for me because I'm going to be traveling a bunch. I'm going on a family vacation today for the next couple of days, and then I'm going to be going on a trip to Hong Kong with some friends from college. And so I'm not sure what my upload schedule is going to be like exactly, but I'll do my best to fit uploads whenever I do have the time. And I haven't finished my new team in game yet, so I wanted to use a cool rain team that has been pretty popular, and just because I haven't used rain yet as an archetype as a whole. So this is a QR team. If you want to try it out, check out the link in the description below. We're going to get started with this first game. My opponent running a team of Porygon 2, Incineroar, Mawile, Tyranitar, Gastrodon, and the Tapu Koko. So Gastrodon's obviously like the one thing to really point to, as well as the Tyranitar, just because, you know, this team does heavily revolve around rain. So let's see what I want to lead with. Actually, I want to do double check the set. So this is Damp Rock with Surf Tailwind. This has Rain Dance as well. So pretty much everything is Rain Dance, so you can set up the rain continuously. It's AV Ludicolo, and the Ferrothorn is Choice Banded, which could be very helpful here. So I kind of like going with Ludi and Pelipper, because I can fake out Rain Dance. Because this is Rain Dance, right? Oh no, this one doesn't. Okay. So I could go like Ludi Kingdra, fake out Rain Dance. Although I do want Ferrothorn in this as well. I'm gonna go Ludi, Swampert, Pelipper, Ferrothorn. Yeah. I don't like Thundurus too much, and Kingdra's kind of useless. I mean, Kingdra's not kind of useless, it's pretty solid, but because it's obviously weak to Fairy type and my opponent is a Mawile, don't like it as much. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to finish up my team. Like, I have like a 6-hour car ride for family vacation, so I'm going to try to finish up my team. But hopefully, thank you guys as always for continuing to watch Road to Ranked. I think we just hit 75,000 subscribers on the channel, which is really awesome. Doing my best to really keep up with the daily uploads. Like I said, this time is a little bit more hectic, but I really appreciate everyone for just coming out and watching my content. And as always, if you guys enjoy Road to Ranked, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. So we get Incineroar and Porygon 2 against my Ludicolo and Swampert. So, this is pretty interesting. I mean, I can just fake out an attack here. I don't know who's faster between Incineroar and Ludicolo. I'd assume I'm faster. But, I kind of want to fake out the Porygon here, just because I feel like Incineroar is in an awkward spot. I want to Mega Evolve, and I kind of just want to Earthquake immediately, because that covers any switch-ins too, so I'm actually going to just go for that. Incineroars are normally Assault Vested and carry Protect. So I'm going to Mega Evolve. I haven't really played with the Rain archetype at all in this new format, so I don't really know. Like, I don't expect to be very good with it. So I do get the fake out off first. Maybe I should have targeted Incineroar down, because I might get faked out here into Swampert, as we do just trade fake outs, but that's fine. Because now I can divert my attention fully into Incineroar. And if my opponent sets up Trick Room, I've got the Ferrothorn in the back. So I kind of want to just Scald EQ here into the Incineroar slot. Actually, I want to Giga Drain that slot because I think there might be a Gastrodon coming in. And if not, then Incineroar should just go down. I could Giga Drain Waterfall, actually. That's probably better. Yeah, I'll go for that. The only switch in there that would be bad for me, I guess, is Mawile, because I wouldn't one-shot it. But I'd still do a lot, and then I could Protect and switch into Ferrothorn. I think Trick Room probably goes up in this game for my opponent, but if I could knock out Incineroar, which I probably should have prioritized a little bit better, but it stays in here, which is really good news for me. So the Waterfall there actually doesn't pick up the Knockout. I don't know if Giga Drain will be enough. It's Assault Vested. Ah, it is. Okay, cool. So knocking out Incineroar is a really big deal because I've got the Ferrothorn in the back, so that's like my opponent's best check gone. But Trick Room does go up now. So I'll take that trade just because of the Ferrothorn in the back. It can really take advantage of it. And I think Mawile probably comes in here. Yeah. So this is pretty interesting just because this means my opponent didn't bring one of Tyranitar or Gastrodon, both which you'd imagine are pretty good in this matchup. My safest play is just to Protect and switch into Ferrothorn here. Yeah. I could just attack with Swampert though. But if I'm my opponent, like, I play rough into the Ludicolo slot. Now, if I call it correctly, that could be really good for me. But I think I'd rather play it safe this. Do I want to? I could just EQ or Superpower him. I think I'll Protect. I'll play it safe here. Yeah. Just because if I'm my opponent, I'm really worried about the Earthquake, I think, coming out from Swampert. I don't know how much CB Ferrothorn does, because obviously, like, Gyro Ball doesn't really do too much here. But, like, it should be protected decently well against Mawile. Because Mawile, you typically run Play Rough, Iron Head, Sucker Punch, Rock Slide, Protect. Maybe Sub or Swords Dance, like, very occasionally. And P2, at most, will have, like, Ice Beam. So yeah, I'm just going to stall out. I do want to swap out Swampert eventually for the Intimidate as well. Mawile actually does go for Rock Slide, so it does have Rock Slide. Pretty interesting that it opts for that instead of like a Play Rough. Ferrothorn takes that pretty easily. Maybe an Ice Beam coming out? Yeah. Okay, so my opponent did predict the Swampert to protect, it looks like, but Ferrothorn takes that decently well. So I can knock off the Eviolite. That's actually pretty tempting, to be honest, because if I stall out Rain, then I can just knock out Porygon. So I think I actually will do that. I'm going to go for the knockoff here. And I kind of want to conserve my Swampert, but I don't want to switch into a Rock Slide with Pelipper in the back. I know I could probably take a Play Rough here. But I could get doubled up into. I think I'll go for the knockoff and the Waterfall. Yeah, into Porygon. I don't know, maybe I should have switched Swampert out here, but I will get the knockoff off, which does a sizable amount in itself. Malo just Rock Slides again. Okay, that's good news for me. So probably trying to catch the Pelipper switch in. So hopefully no flinch here, because I should... Oh, foul play! Okay. Wasn't expecting that, but that's scary. But I don't get knocked out. Let's see if I get flinched here. I do. Okay, I mean, there are 2 turns of Trick Room left. So that's good news. I know my opponent has Foul Play, and I've got Ludicolo still sitting in the back. So I think I want to just knock off here and protect. So then I get a free switch into Ludi. And then I can fake out. Yeah, I think that works best. Because I don't think my opponent will be able to set up Trick Room a second time now that I've knocked off. So Swampert protects. Oh, wow, actually ups the Sucker Punch. Okay, that's fine. Although that does mean a potential recover here for Porygon. But then I can fake out next turn and EQ. Just Ice Beams. Okay, so Ice Beam, Foul Play, Trick Room. I don't know the last attack yet, but now I'll get to bring in Ludicolo. Safest play is to just fake out the Mawile and Earthquake. I think I want to do that, yeah. But Mawile could protect there. But I think I'll still go for it. I mean, that one's kind of tough. I do have Superpower as well. And if I can knock out Porygon, I probably just win. But I don't want to risk getting flinched or Play Roughed. It's unfortunate I got flinched earlier, but yeah, I think I'll fake out Mawile and... but Porygon, like, Mawile could easily protect. But I feel like it hasn't Play Rough yet, and Play Rough might knock me out at this point, so I'm going to fake out EQ. And it doesn't protect. Okay, perfect. His Foul Play shouldn't knock me out. Mawile flinches. Porygon just recovers. Okay, cool. I don't know. That's tough, because I am intimidated. Like, Porygon doesn't have Eviolite, but it's still going to be pretty tanky. So maybe in retrospect it would have been better just to attack. I do have Superpower and Scald right now, though. Which could knock out Porygon. So I think that's what I go for here. I'm going to Scald and Superpower. Because I think if you're my opponent, you might protect the Mawile. Or not, you could just go for an attack. Or just, yeah, just Sucker Punches. Okay, that's fine. That shouldn't knock me out. Yeah. I hope this gets the knockout. I am at -1, but this Porygon does not have Eviolite. Okay, yeah, gets the knockout. Nice. So that means I have Weather Control now as well, which means I can switch Swampert out. I think my opponent's last Pokemon might be the Pelipper, or sorry, the Gastrodon. And if it is the Gastrodon, I'm going to be in a really good spot. If it's Tyranitar also, I'm in a pretty good spot, because I can just switch into Pelipper and EQ. And it's Tyranitar. Nice. Yeah, so now I can just get full Weather Control. Question is who I want to switch out. It's probably better to switch Ludi out. Yeah. And then just go for an EQ. I mean, I could switch Swampert out, actually, but... Pelipper should be able to take a Rock Slide, I think. Yeah, this makes the most sense. Actually, yeah, this by far makes the most sense. Like, I don't want to switch Swampert out because I can just get Sucker Punched, and even if not, I faint from an attack. So by switching out into Pelipper on the Ludicolo end, I get to reset the weather. Regardless of who protects here, Mawile gets knocked out, or Tyranitar takes like around 40-50%. I'm at -2 attack at this point right now, but Megapert's been the MVP of this game, definitely. So that knockoff earlier really did make my life a lot easier. Yep, Mawile opts for the Sucker Punch, it fails, so that should be game now, because once Mawile goes down, Ludicolo can just deal with the Tyranitar one-on-one. So, weirdly enough, I didn't actually set up Rain the entirety of this match until the very end, but I didn't really need it. Okay, so I was worried about weakness policy Dragon Dance, but the Ludicolo should outspeed it anyway under Rain. So I just need to click Scald, but I probably lose both my Pokemon to Rock Slide here. Actually, my opponent just crunches. Okay. I wonder if that even knocks out. Yeah, it does. +2 attack, you figure it probably does. But now I can just switch him to Ludi. And yeah, I mean, Tyranitar, there's no way it should be faster, but I could play it safe. I could fake out a Tailwind here. I think that there's no downside to that. Just to make sure I'm faster and nothing crazy happens. Yeah, I don't see how Tyranitar can do anything that would... Yeah, it just protects. So I get a free Tailwind up. That just ensures I'm faster with both Pokemon. And now I can just click the water type attacks. So, pretty intense game, just because Trick Room is always a tough matchup. And the foul play was pretty scary, but it didn't actually do as much as I expected against the Ferrothorn. So, yeah, I'll just click Hurricane and Scald. Don't want to KO myself here. That should be a good game. Basically, Ferrothorn getting the knockoff against the Porygon meant that I knew my opponent couldn't set up Trick Room more than once, and when you have Fake Out pressure and you can protect and switch out, and the fact Mawile was just opting for Rock Slide instead of Play Roughing, that made my life a lot easier. So, we do get a win in the first game today, and that was my dad making a cameo appearance, just getting some stuff for our trip. But yeah, that was a relatively straightforward game, and, you know, Gastrodon is like a Pokemon I feared a lot in Team Preview, and ultimately my opponent didn't bring it, but you can see why when I have both a Ludicolo and a Ferrothorn. Like, it's tough justifying bringing a Gastrodon because you have the immediate threat of just getting one shot by either of those Pokemon. So we do get a win, and we're just going to look for our next opponent today. We're actually hovering just under the 1800s. It'd be cool if we could make a push into there. And yeah, Rain in general is a pretty fun archetype. I think it's one that in every year VGC always has, you know, a good amount of success, and that's because it's pretty straightforward, it's really strong, and it typically has a decent amount of options. It's just a little bit one-dimensional typically, but you can typically also see players modify Rain teams and make it like multi-dimensional, for example like Trick Room Rain, where you have like a Trick Room mode and a Rain mode. So this one is like very hard Rain because not only do you have, you know, like a full team dedicated to Rain, but you also have Rain Dance on Thundurus and Kingdra and the Damp Rock on Pelipper, so it's basically saying, okay, I'm going to get Rain up, and it's going to be up for the entirety of the match. So that makes it a little bit more interesting because historically, if you look at other Rain teams, like you have options. I mean, this team does have options even if the Rain doesn't go up, and it's saying like, basically you want to just maneuver yourself into a position where you can set up the Rain like we did in that end game of the last one and just win from there. So yeah, always kind of interesting to break down how Rain teams are built. And of course, this is a QR code team built by a Japanese player. I don't know who created the team actually, but I just found it online because I wanted to use a fun team. So if you want to check it out, check out the link in the description below. Definitely go check out the last couple of episodes too because they're really fun. But we're going to go up against a Sand team, one very similar to the one we were using earlier on. Our first team on Road to Ranked. Zapdos, Excadrill, T-Char, Salamence, Milotic, and the Aegislash. So, pretty interesting because both games today we went up against weather. Zapdos is definitely scary. How do I want to approach this? Ludi plus Thundurus actually could make some sense here. This is Fightinium Z Thundurus too. So I've got the Focus Blast Z move. I actually really like this, I think, because I get to set up the Rain. I get a free Fake Out off. This is tough, though, because I think all my Pokemon are really good in this matchup. Fightinium Z is a really cute gimmick, though. Swampert, this one doesn't not have Ice Punch. So do I even want Swampert, then? It's still pretty good, especially against the Aegislash. That means I don't bring Kingdra, though, and Kingdra seems really good here. I could also go Ludi Kingdra. I'm gonna go full Rain mode, I think. Although, that makes me really weak to my Lodic. Oh well. I don't really have enough time to really swap things out. Yeah, I think I kind of want to bring the Thunderous just because, one, you know, how often do you get to use Titanium Z Thunderous, and then two, Thunderbolt's also nice against the Milotic, so I don't feel that great about the team comp that I selected overall, but we'll see. Ferrothorn's also pretty solid here, just because he can resist most of the attacks, and CB knockoff, I mean CB Power Whip or Gyro Ball does like over 50% to anything on my opponent's team. So we're going to see Zapdos Aegislash though, which makes me feel a little bit better for not bringing the what do I want to say? The Thunderous, yeah. Just because I thought my opponent might have gone with Sand immediately, but it's smarter that my opponent didn't. I mean, I could just fake out Rain Dance, but the thing is, I think Aegislash here probably goes for a Z move, which is kind of ugly. Kind of want to Ice Beam instead, but I want the speed advantage at least going into next turn. Yeah, I'm pretty weak to the Aegislash as well. If it's not Z move, it won't knock me out, so we'll see. Zapdos protects. Okay, nice play. That's fine. I just want to deny Tailwind turn 1 anyway. But I think Aegislash is probably Ghostly / maybe targets down Kingdra, so I could have protected Kingdra here. But the thing is, now I get a free switch in into Swampert should my Kingdra go down. It's just that I don't get to Z move. And it is Ghostly, yeah. This could target down Ludicolo, but I would think it goes into Kingdra. So, the Go Z was kind of obvious just because it's very common on that archetype. So I could have maybe protected, and I mean, Fake Out Protect is an odd play. But maybe it actually makes some sense here. Yeah, so here's a Never-Ending Nightmare. If it goes into Ludi, I should survive because I'm Assault Vested. It actually does go into Ludi. Okay, cool. I think I should survive this given that I'm Assault Vested, but let's see. Oh yeah, nice. So now I've got the Z move. I think it would be better to double up into Zapdos, but my opponent might be aggressive here and just not King Shield with Aegislash. I'm seeing what the best move is to cover all my options. I might want to Giga Drain the Zapdos slot because I think it might go out into my Milotic. I think I'd rather knock out the Aegislash, but I feel like it really should King Shield here. But I guess worst case my opponent gets a Tailwind up. Actually, that'd be pretty bad. I'm gonna Giga Drain and Z move into the Zapdos slot. Yeah. I think it switches out into Milotic here, but Aegislash switches out, so maybe that's the Milotic coming in. Oh, that's Tyranitar coming in. Ooh, that's actually pretty bad. I should have considered that because my opponent sets the weather. I didn't Ice Beam. Yeah, so without the Rain Boost, this isn't gonna knock out. That was pretty bad. Maybe I should have just double Ice Beamed. Or just Z moved into the Aegislash slot because that actually would have knocked out. But King Shielding there was a relatively safe play. So, yeah. Not the best play there. I thought Zapdos might want to switch into Milotic. I wanted to capitalize a little bit more. But in retrospect, even if it switches into Milotic, like, I can just Giga Drain it next turn anyway. Yeah. So, I won't knock out the Zapdos here. Just fall short, unfortunately. Does it have a berry? Yeah, it does. That's also kind of ugly, but oh well. And Zapdos probably Tailwinds here? Yeah. So I think that's Scarftar. Probably should be Scarftar. Which means it's super speedy now. Yeah, that was not a good play on my end. I had a good chance to like really steal the game away from here, but that's fine. I think I'll just switch into Pelipper now. And protect. Yeah. So, even though, I mean, the last turn wasn't the best, I kind of overextended on a prediction, it's still, like, not the worst case scenario either. I mean, I'll be able to set up the Rain here, and then either force Tyranitar to switch back out, or just gain some momentum here. And Rain's going to be up now for 8 turns because of the Damp Rock. And I have a Ludi Fake Out potential as well. It's just that my Z move probably could have been a little bit better. And I do confirm it's Scarftar as well, which is good. So that means it's basically forced to switch out. We'll see what Zapdos goes for. Yeah, just a Thunderbolt into Kingdra. Okay. I don't know if Rock Slide T-Bolt knocks me out. That is the question. I'm going to definitely switch out into Swampert now. And I really want to just click Muddy Water, but I just don't know whether I can survive Rock Slide Thunderbolt. Because if my opponent does go for that, it's better to not risk it and switch Kingdra out into Swampert and sack Pelipper. Yeah, I think I want to play it safe here. And I'll surf in case my opponent misses. Like, if my opponent went for that and missed, that'd be good. But I really don't want to risk, because Kingdra should still be slower than Tyranitar, given that Tailwind and Scarf are up. Oh, Zapdos actually ended up switching out, okay. Into Salamence. Well, that's annoying. I do get intimidated. But this allows me to get a free switch and back out. Huh, that's kind of a curious switch. And Pelipper actually does manage to dodge it, so I'm going to end up surfing myself, but I'll knock out the Tyranitar, which I guess is a decent trade. That was a weird turn. Okay, but that means now I have weather control in the remainder of this game. Wow, I actually don't knock out Tyranitar, and I crit myself. Well, that's kind of annoying. Tailwind's expiring. You'd imagine Tyranitar switches out here, and my opponent just clicks Hyper Voice. Oh man, I thought Surf would definitely knock out Tyranitar. The crit onto myself was kind of rough too. Maybe I should have just stayed in with Kingdra. Okay, well I think my opponent definitely switches Tyranitar out here. So I'm gonna just protect, stall out Tailwind. I play this pretty bad, but it's still not unwinnable. Just wish I did stay in with Kingdra. I'm just surprised my opponent decided to switch out there. And Tyranitar actually stays in. That's really interesting. I'll take that though, because that means Tailwind's gonna expire now, and I'll still have Rain up, and I'll get a free switch into Kingdra, which means I can just Waterfall that slot and Ice Beam the Salamence slot. Yeah, Salamence just double edges. Tyranitar just Rock Slides. Actually, maybe Kingdra... No, Kingdra wouldn't have been faster with Tailwind up. Yeah, what am I saying? So Ludi goes down. And now Tailwind expires. So that means I get the switch into Kingdra. Which also means here that the Salamence most likely protects. Yeah, I think I'll just Ice Beam here. Mega Evolve. Because I should, based off the new speed mechanics, get the speed boost and Waterfall the Tyranitar, yeah. It's most likely that Salamence protects and Tyranitar just goes for a switch out, and it does switch out. So if I got the knockout with Surf earlier, that would have been really nice, but I think Waterfall might actually not knock out Zapdos because of the Intimidate, and that's actually what I want, because then I can pressure with the double knockout next turn. Unless for some reason Salamence does not protect here, but it really should. So let's see. Tyranitar Mega Evolves, or it's not Tyranitar, sorry. Swampert. Salamence does protect, yeah. So I don't want Waterfall to knock out Zapdos right now, because then I can just launch the Ice... I can just Ice Beam Waterfall again next turn. Yeah. If I do knock out, that will be kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't knock out. Okay, good. Now the question is, do I want to go for a Muddy Water, predicting Salamence to switch out? I could also Rain Dance, expecting Tyranitar to come in. My safest play is to Ice Beam Salamence and just Waterfall Zapdos, but the question is whether I want to make a read right now or not. I think Salamence might switch out to Aegislash. But I don't think I can really risk just getting attacked here. This is a tough call. I'm running out of time. Muddy Water can also miss, so I think I'll just play it safe here and Ice Beam and Waterfall. Yeah, okay, Salamence did it. I'm switching out. And it goes into Aegislash, yeah. And Zapdos protects. Okay. That was kind of to be expected. That's kind of why I wanted a Muddy Water, but... Let's see now. So I can Muddy Water this turn. Yeah, I think I'll Muddy Water here. And... I could Waterfall... I'm running out of time this game too, which sucks. I don't think I can just lose Swampert though, so I think I should probably protect. Yeah, I'll protect. So, we could also see Wide Guard coming out right now. No Wide Guard. And I hit Muddy Water. Okay, that's at least a good relief. So that does a lot of damage to Aegislash in the rain. No accuracy drop, but... EQ, after I reset Intimidate, might knock it out. We'll see where the Shadow Ball goes right now, because if it targets Swampert, I'm in a good place. Ah, nice read. Targets on Kingdra. Okay, that's still fine. So the question is, who do you send out now? It's Tyranitar. Sorry, that's my phone going off too. So what do you lock yourself into, right? Like, I want to protect Kingdra and just switch out into Pelipper. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go for. Protect Kingdra, switch into Pelipper. I mean, I basically need to reset the Intimidate, because now my opponent can intimidate me, which means I can one-shot everything. This is going to be a really close finish, but I don't think I played super well. I should have made a couple of harder, more aggressive predictions. And the main prediction that didn't work out was when I didn't knock out Zapdos. I should have just double Ice Beam there. Alright, Aegis King Shields here, okay. I don't know how much Waterfall does. And the other question is, what does Tyranitar do? If it like crunches into Kingdra, that also... Oh, it goes for the Assurance, but it does target down the Pelipper slot. Does that knock me out? Okay, yeah, it does. So now the question is, do you switch out? Maybe I should have attacked there. If I attacked, I actually probably win. My opponent's made really good predictions on who would be protecting this game. What do I do? Because I could Ice Beam the Tyranitar slot and just Waterfall Aegislash. That might just pick up the double knockout. And then I don't know if Tyranitar can win 2v1. But I'm also not sure whether Waterfall knocks out Aegislash or not. Actually, in retrospect, I don't think it does. Oh, my opponent just stays in. So if I get a flinch here or I knock out with Aegislash, I win the game. But if not, I probably lose, because Kingdra gets knocked out most likely. I could have Muddy Watered there too, but I was really worried about Wide Guard. Oh. So close. Probably get knocked out here unless I flinch. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, I could have Muddy Watered there, but if my opponent Wide Guarded, that'd be really bad. So I didn't want to risk it. They might not have Wide Guard, but I didn't know enough information about the Aegislash to really confirm that. I don't mind that. I mean, I didn't know how much Waterfall would do. I thought it might not KO, but that came really close, honestly. That might have been just a close roll. And if I get the knockout, I just win the game. So I played this game pretty poorly overall, but overall, I'm glad that I brought it to a position where it was like in the end, it came down to basically a roll. But yeah, like not knocking out Zapdos earlier was pretty bad. That was frustrating because that gave my opponent the opportunity to set up Tailwind, and that's what I really wanted to deny. And I figured that wouldn't happen because I was like, oh, I'll have the Rain up for the boost. But obviously, I didn't consider Aegislash just switching into Tyranitar. Could have Z-moved that slot immediately too. But I didn't want to risk the King Shield. And my opponent made some really phenomenal predictions there. Just in the last two turns, like predicting the Swampert Protect and then predicting the Kingdra Protect. So I played pretty safe because I thought I could be in a position where I could be safe and still win. But ultimately, that was not the case. So, you know, there were a bunch of winning plays, right? Not protecting the times I did protect with Swampert and Kingdra just to get the little bit of extra damage off. And then going for Muddy Water, Waterfall at the end game there. But Aegislash had the opportunity to potentially Wide Guard. And if that were the case, then that would be bad. But I figure, I guess looking in retrospect, like you probably wouldn't want to click Wide Guard there. But I thought Salamence was surely switching in. And so that was what I was worried about. But that was a really good game. I thought my opponent played really well, and you know, my lack of familiarity with the team / me trying to play too safe definitely punished me. But really fun game overall. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. I'm not gonna be using this team too much longer. It depends on whether I'll be able to record actually when I'm on vacation / when I finish my team in game. But I'll keep you guys updated. Follow me on Twitter for updates as well at Cybertron VGC. So it's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you enjoyed, leave a like, and I'll catch you guys next time. All right, peace.